You know, we've always heard that the black man leaves the black family, abandons his woman and children, won't take care of the children, won't work, stays out all night, turns into a drunk, takes drugs. You know, we've heard a lot of negative things.
Black women in America, you need to know that the chances are you'll most likely run into sisters who come from this background and have the qualities, personalities, and characteristics we're going to discuss in this video. So let's start with where she came from and her upbringing as a child. She was born in a household which has a financial structure.
Law of ugliness. There are a lot of attractive, ugly people. On the outside, they look good. They fit the current stereotype of what's considered to be attractive. You can look at them, they can reel you in with their looks. But on the inside, they got nothing going on. Therefore, they're not actually beautiful. People always say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I would say it's in the values of the beholder. It is about who you really are. What is your spirit? What is your soul? What are the things that make you a true human being on this planet Earth that gives you value outside of your look?
We back. It's the TheB-Trey podcast. I'm B, she Trey. We talk about things that everybody's talking about. We get your opinions, we tell you our opinions, and hopefully we meet somewhere in the middle. Today, It is political. We usually don't do politics because politics make people uneasy and people don't want to say how they feel and turn into an argument and all that other nonsense. But today we will we're going to talk about our city. We're going to talk about our city, Chicago. City of Chicago is under attack via the federal government. The federal government wants to send federal troops, the National Guard, to the United States or in the city of Chicago. We disagree. Hopefully you disagree. We really want to see people's opinion about this. We're going to, as we always do, we're going to chop it up all week. We want you to like, comment, tell a friend, tap in. And we really appreciate what your point of view is. Now, with that being said, oops, I keep putting up the wrong stuff. I want to say hello and thank you to everybody. You're right. I'm just doing everything wrong today. I want to say hello and thank you to everybody. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, hit that like, share, tell a friend to tap in. And again, we would really love audience engagement on this one. We want you to comment. We want you to like. It's going to be interesting. This is going to be, I think this is going to be probably the most interesting TheB-Trey podcast ever once it hit the air. If you guys come in and start talking. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. How you doing today?
Yes.
How you doing today?
I think so too.
Oh, you think so too?
Doing all right. So too.
Yeah, because
I think it's gonna get it's a conversation. If ain't nothing else, it's a conversation starter.
Yeah, because it's amazing how people can watch the news and when it's anti what excuse me, when it don't align with what they agree with, the news, the media is fake and they lying. But when they agree with some of it, it's they cutting it out the Bible. It's the truth. We have a mutual friend who has been sending me videos all night. 24 hours ago, we started the conversation. He'll remain nameless. He's saying that Trump needs to bring these troops to Chicago. According to him, we're gonna start right now. According to him, the black in Chicago and overall does not have a code of ethics, meaning we just walk doing what we want when we want it. We are all criminals. We're all drug dealers. We're all violent. Well, according to him, 50% of us are violent. 50% of us have no code, no morals. We're just lawless. To that, you say what?
I think he's wrong. I don't even know if it's 50%. So it's just the black people or it's just the world in general? Because I'm confused.
No. It's the black community. Because our children are killing people and they're shooting up things, and half of us are doing right, and the other half I just participate. According to him, this is not the opinion. These are not the opinions of the TheB-Trey podcast. We are quoting a mutual friend. According to him, we are just lawless. We're just reckless. We are just unhinged. We just do 50% of us. I want to hear your opinion.
I definitely don't believe it's 50% of us. Now, I'm not going to go there. Like, I don't know. I know it's a small percentage of kids that's just out here just reckless, probably. Like, I don't associate with them. None of my children, none of my friends' children are these people. So I don't know, like, what percentage of kids he hanging around that he see this. Did he see this as he was growing up? Because we had rules and regulations when we was growing up, and we transferred those onto our children. So what people do he know that he see that he interact with that are this, or he just going off what he see on a TV? They took a group, a scene of 20,000 or 20 kids, and they was being bad that day. And you was like, oh, there's one the hell of the handbasket. Now we must do something. Tell me who you see. My baby go to Lincoln Park right now, high school. It's over 3,000 freshmen that were registered in the school, just the freshmen. She ain't seen the incident or a fight or haven't since yet. So let's start there. Now, what are you doing? Who you be with?
He's a substitute teacher, and he does work in a financially challenged area. And I understand when you see things, you try to extrapolate that to the entire community. But I'm like you. I am doing an unofficial scientific project right now. Well, I've called 10 people. You were number 4. 10 people. I'm up to number 4. And I asked them, do you know 10 people with children? And they said, yes. And I said, okay, out of all those people with children, how many of their children are acting fools? Are they just out here reckless and lawless and have no regards for their adult? He was like, every one of you guys said, well, I know some people that have done some wrong things. I said, no, I'm not talking about age appropriate or teenage nuisance. I'm talking about just lawless, no respect, no manners, no regard for anything. And each one of you guys said none. So I got 6 more people to contact. And then that means we're talking about 100 people. We're literally talking about 1,000 people that, that don't know, 100 people that's going to extrapolate to 1,000. And nobody knows anybody that is living this life, which means, as you stated, it is a small percentage of these people that's acting a fool. But just like anything else, what the news, when it bleeds, it leads. You're not gonna hear about, hey, such and such Smith graduated with honors and got a full ride scholarship to this university. You're not gonna hear about the young man that saved the cat and the young lady that help the old lady. You're not going to hear that. But when someone does something wrong, you hear it over and over and over and over again. And the ironic part is, him and I were talking about the documentary on HBO about Hurricane Katrina, Hell or High Water. And he said, man, it was horrible treating those people. The people in the media in the documentary said we were literally saying white people were doing everything they could to survive. You saw white people going in the stores, taking out food and walking away and taking it home because they were starving and they were hungry and they were thirsty. And black people were looters and gangbangers and thugs. The people who were reporting this said it. So how could you watch something and people say, we were lying on these people? And then turn around and say, those same people not lying today. It's beyond me.
Right. Thank you.
So,
because it was that. So say he knows this many people. What is he doing to change it? Like, what is he doing to change it?
Good question. Good question. I didn't ask him that because, see, I'm not engaging in those kinds of conversations anymore. Because, like, okay. Yeah. If you're in a destructive conversation, like somebody like me, I go to church. Maybe out of 52 weeks in the year, I might go to church about 42 of those 52 weeks. Maybe even more, but I'm going to say, let's just say 40 out of the 52 weeks. I go to church regularly. And if people told me, hey, that's the white man's God, that's the white man's religion, you're stupid for that, I don't believe in that. And I used to try to convince people, hey, man, see, this is what, I don't do that anymore because if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. I'm good with that. Right. Allow me to believe it too. Allow me to believe
Right.
in what you think is stupid, because guess what? We're looking eye to eye socially. You ain't a billionaire telling me I'm stupid. You a hundredaire
Right.
telling me I'm stupid. As a matter of fact,
Right.
people that told me that I was stupid have borrowed money from me. So,
Mm-hmm.
what's it to you? I don't get it.
Right.
Like, why is it so important to me, to you, what I believe? And that's how I handle
Why is it
these.
so? Not even that. Why is it so important? It's not even that. Why is it so important for you to make me disbelieve in what I believe in? Like, why is it so like you adamant? Like this is not. This is not. Why? Why is that so important to you? Is it stopping you from advancing? Is it stopping you from going on to believe what you believe just because I don't believe in it? I don't know.
And just Rev just said Trump didn't care about anything that was going on in Chicago and any other cities that's much more worse. He's just sending troops to say he's not sending troops to St. Louis or Memphis. Exactly. He's not sending troops to places who statistically these cities are worse.
Yeah.
Statistically, but I'm not going to say St. Louis is worse. I'm not going to say Memphis is worse. What I will say is this: when you take away things like educational opportunities, employment opportunities, social services opportunities, you defund. Look. Here's the thing: Trump's budget defunded the police. The same thing that people was talking about in Black Lives Matters and the people who are allegedly are against this man. Trump, he literally defunded the police because his budget calls for cuts in police departments. So doesn't that reduce crime? And then you're going to reduce the police budget. And then when you reduce the police budget, you're going to reduce the academic budget. So it's less money in school. I personally know a school principal right now told me within the last 36 hours, man, I got to figure out something because they just defunded my after school program. So you in neighborhoods who are financially challenged and the young people have something to do, and due to your new budget and your reduction in funds, now those kids don't have anything to do. And that's going to help with crime.
Right.
But
because I know when we were younger, I don't know if we had, I guess we had more fun or better ways to get to some, but we had after school program, another program, something on the weekends. I was in 3-4 programs before I went home. Then the clinic that we went to, they had a program for us to go in pre-pregnancy, preteen, after pregnancy. Like we was going to all these different places. Then you had the place to get the lunches from. We had so many different places. Olivet. We had so much to do that it was like, okay, we having fun. We still being kids at this point. Now you can't even let these kids be kids. They got to be grown. They just running around idle hands, just looking for something to do, something to entertain themselves. Now I ain't saying what they doing is right. I ain't saying all kids are, because I have children and they not just walking around throwing over garbage cans and beating up CTA workers. What I'm saying is you do, and then now it's not even cool for you to even put them in a program. Now they're like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to hang with them because now they want to be grown. I never wanted to be grown. I wanted to be a kid. These kids want to be so grown now that they don't even want to go to certain places or hang out with other things if it ain't nothing destructive, I guess. I don't know. Not all of them. I think you got to have them something to do. And they took away those programs inside the school, the culinary schools, fashion, like career stuff that was centered around having a career once I get out of high school, because everybody may not be wanting to go to college. They might want to go to a trade school or something. Like it was fashion design, it was shop, it was all this in high school. So that motivated me to want to do something else once I left school. No? I don't know.
That's exactly what the problem is. Look, we like since everybody love disrespecting the church, or the church is wasting time, and church is okay, but the church also teaches idle hands is the devil workshop. Meaning, if I ain't got nothing to do, I'm gonna make something up.
Mm-hmm.
Like they bank on that with kids. I'm talking about we talking about black kids today, but I don't care what background you are. If you ain't got nothing to do, you figure out, hey, how many like me? You know how many times I was under some severe pressure in my mama's house because it was nothing on TV. We didn't have cable. I ran out of stuff to watch TV. So I looked around the house and I took apart a toaster just to see what was inside the toaster. Now I'm stressed out trying to put this toaster back together for this lady walking in this house. You know how many times I denied, said, I don't want no toast. Now we don't need no toast, because I had to figure out how to put that toaster back together, and then got it to work. I took apart a TV. I took apart a VCR. Back when VCRs were costing $450, $500, I took one apart because I was bored. Now, I ain't told you I stood outside and stole no cocaine and gangbang, but I did something stupid.
That's what I'm going to say. I ain't robbing. They know this. They know it's so hard. And nowadays, it's so hard for your kid to even be in sports. Because back when I was in sports, I know it was a long time ago, but back when I was a cheerleader, softball, whatever it was, the buses from the school took you there. It wasn't, no, I needed a fundraiser. I got to drop my kid off. Like the bus took us there. Now, when my son was when he was in high school, I had to take him to each game, pick him up from each game. We didn't have that. It was a bus that took us there, a bus that brought us back, and your mama or parents came to the school to get you, maybe, or you walked on from school. I don't know. Now you got to have a fundraiser for the uniform to get your kid there. You got to go here. All that's coming out of the parents' pockets now. So of course, kids might not be in the after school programs or even academics. They're not in nothing no more.
Hey,
I gotta work.
When I played football, my coaches paid for everything. We had to pay I think it was a $5 for the seat. Like, we in the Park District, you had to pay a $5 rental fee for the actual jersey to keep it clean. $5 a season, not $5 a game. You gave $5. Hey, we had fundraisers, but the fundraiser was for you to get a jacket. You want a varsity jacket and you don't want to pay for it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these candy bars, and then half of us gonna go to the team and half of us go to you getting this jacket. It wasn't too
exactly.
If you make things difficult, hold up, how are you gonna leave the wages where they are? Ain't nobody got a raise in 3 years, but the food going up. And now I'm gonna take money and give you $300 to go play football. Because my man Chris, his son, salute to his son. His son is at the University of Kansas, but Chris used to drive Uber, used to do DoorDash, his own business, his wife working, just so his son had the opportunity. Now, there's some people out there that hear us say this and say, well, that's what you need to do. But some people don't have that capability. Some people don't have a wife. Some people don't have a husband. And
yes.
when we were younger, those athletic programs were there because our mothers were working their behinds off. Our mothers didn't have the time. And you were just glad to see your mama show up on Saturday at the game. Like, okay, my mama.
Thank you. And then it makes it so bad. All they had to do was sign a permission slip. They didn't worry about you no more after that. They weren't picking up, dropping off, just long as you was in the house and the house was clean by a certain time. They was not worried. I don't remember a parent being this active. Now I gotta pick you up, drop you off. I gotta feed you. I gotta volunteer. I gotta do this. I gotta fly out with you. I don't work. Is that what you're saying? I was like, I cannot. And you want your kid to be a part of it, but how? Even when it's a two-income household, it's still a lot on one person, because you definitely got to do too much now for kids to be participating in these sports, and you want them to do it because you want them not outside.
And that's why these kids are acting the way some of these kids are acting the way they acted. And then now, so you're gonna put a bunch of people with military style weapons in the city walking around, and guess what? For all you people who think this is a good idea, you do understand that soldier, he's trained. He ain't trained to negotiate with no damn kids. He ain't trained to negotiate with no grown people. He is trained to kill. He is trained.
Yes. And then, how do he decipher or figure out who's the good and who's the bad? What if I was having a bad day and frowned up and on him? Now he just take my body language wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do he figure out, oh, this might be a bad person? Because technically, what areas he think he going into? What areas do y'all think that they going into? I'm confused on that part. Like, y'all just our kids is just 50%. It's just 50% of the black kids that's doing all this wrongdoing. No kids nowhere else is doing this. My kid could have been doing cartwheels in the street. He on the news for some reason. I don't know. Oh, he was disrupting who? Himself? His mama came down there to get him. Now I'm like, what are we doing?
Hey,
I could have a bad day and people, and then now that they're here, or if they come, how do you know that ain't gonna put them kids on defense to act out even worse? Like, you don't know.
My man said
Exactly.
play football at Sewell Park, basketball on the floor, hockey, and at a Stanton, and baseball at Oz Park. Removing funding and free programs, you're pushing kids into the streets. Thank you, Brother Grant. Exactly, man. And I'm sorry I couldn't read that. I'm going blind, y'all. Your boy needs to get some glasses. But like he said, we did all that stuff. He from our neighborhood. I remember playing ball at that Super Bowl. I remember boxing with Nate Jones. Me and Nate Jones, I didn't even think Nate used to challenge me so much. I didn't think that joker liked me. Man, Nate tight as draws, 2 sides small. Now, every time he saw me, he challenged me. Hey, man, let's go boxing. Nate beat the hell out of me because I wasn't no damn boxer. I was like, man, I ain't doing this no more. But I had the opportunity to learn how to box. Nate gonna tell me I was good at it. I'm like, you just beat me up. He said, no, you good though. But at least I had the chance for Nate to punch me up. And every time he saw me, we was playing baseball, we was playing football, we was playing basketball. Nate training people to box now. You got people like Carter.
Yeah.
I was born on the west side. I moved to Cedric Street in 1980 when I was 10 years old. I went back and forth. I played baseball and football on the west side. I came to the north side, played basketball. I'm at the sewer. It's stuff to do. We all, from our community, we all got friends who took the wrong path. And and I'm not saying just because it's basketball, just because it's something to do, you ain't gonna do the wrong thing. But I tell you what, if you ain't got nothing to do, you damn sure gonna do the wrong thing. You damn sure
pulls you back. Like, because Carter took in a lot of kids when they didn't have no places to go. They lived in his house with him. He made sure that he tried to get them on the straight and narrow, just like with Jesse White. All of them youth was into something, but they stayed focused and they went to them games, they went to them performances, they went out of town. Without them programs, they would have never experienced China and all these other little places that they were going to back then. And you think their parents paid for that? No. Somebody funded it. It wasn't us. We would have never been able to go half of the place if it wasn't for some type of funding or whatever it was to get us there.
Coach Carter been on this show.
I can't do it.
Michael Ski Horton been on this show. Ski said first time he ever got on the plane, it was through the Demons. One of my coaches, Coach Mike, he was going to take us to Japan. And my mama couldn't afford that. And you're going to take away the funding, and then you're going to put it. And like the next question, the first question I was going to ask, and I'm going to ask it right now. Who going to be in danger? Like you said, they ain't going across North Avenue shooting no kids. They ain't going they ain't going across North Avenue shooting no kids. They ain't shooting no kids from downtown. They ain't shooting no kids in these white neighborhoods in Canaryville and stuff like that. They going to K-Town. They going to 79th Street. They going to 55th Street. They going over to the mountain.
Yeah.
They going to the Holy City.
Yeah.
They going to our old neighborhood. Our children will be in danger. We talking about it. And people to believe our children are causing the greatest threat. Yeah, some of our young people are acting reckless as hell, but it ain't. It's most of our young people. The people who y'all ain't paying attention to is our young people who working these part-time jobs, going to school 3 days. Like we talked about 2 weeks ago on the show. We need to commend people the young people that's in our age group that lived in 500 that had to walk through 3 different gangs to get to school.
Go to school.
Ain't nobody talking about that. You live in 500.
Right.
You walk past the Cobras. You done walk past
GDs,
the black gangsters
to get education.
And then you had to, if you went to Lincoln Park, you had to walk through that white neighborhood, and then the Harrison Gents might jump you, and you still
exactly.
Who talking about them people? Some of them people ain't tapped in.
And you want to, and then you want to take the part. Oh, they was a gang member, but they was a gang member trying to get somewhere. That they was actually trying to get an education because they didn't have to come. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, they were all gang members. They was going to school though. You know how it took a lot of them just to go across the street to the store. You couldn't even go to the store.
Man.
I think they want us.
I tell you what, I strongly believe that the government set up those Labor Day weekend shootings to get so that we bring they can bring in the National Guard. The reason I believe that I think this is a test run with the National Guard. People not paying attention to this clown president, right? He told you before he got elected, I'm gonna try to make it so this will be your last election. That means you want a dictatorship. So if you gonna make this to be the last election, you know how you can do that? When you bring in the martial law in the cities throughout, he's testing people, see how they respond. And then if they act the fool, pull them back. And then when the election comes in 4 years, you cannot have an election under martial law, which means I stay the president.
Right, because I heard that he's trying to figure out how to stay there.
That's what, and there it is. There it is right there. See, but we study, oh man, it's violent. It's been violent in Chicago. I saw this lady who I grew up with on the west side, she gonna say 6 or 7 people get murdered every day. It ain't never been 2,100 damn people get killed in Chicago in 1 year. And look,
thank you, in a month.
Look, I ain't trying to say it's okay to kill anybody. One person getting killed for some stupid stuff is one too many. But it's 3 to 4 million people here in this city. 3 to 4 million people. And 400 of them got murdered. When you look at the numbers, that's not a lot. See, what black folks been trained to believe is, you see somebody got shot, you automatically think, that's one of us. Somebody shot somebody, that's one of us. Hey, they got the biggest criminal organization in the world is the Russian mafia and the Asian mafia. Y'all don't think Russian people and Asian people shooting each other here in Chicago? Y'all don't think Latino people shooting people in Chicago? Y'all don't think white people shooting people here in Chicago? Hell, the neighborhood we grew up in is down the street from one of the most violent acts in the history of Chicago, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where they lined up 20 people and shot them in the back. Y'all don't think that's still happening? Y'all think if drugs is a multi-billion-dollar situation here in America, it ain't but 50 million of us. So that means all of us getting high, and I don't get high. So somebody else using their drugs, and you don't get high. So that's 2 people out. And I'm assuming the people who watch it, they ain't getting high. So how is it that when you say crime, drugs, chaos, mayhem, you automatically think us? My man been showing me videos all day of black people acting a fool on TikTok. So you mean to tell me you couldn't find no TikTok people? So why didn't you show the My Son the General TikTok video when he was walking through the city of Chicago and he had hundreds of people behind him? Why you ain't show you from our neighborhood? Why you ain't show Seward Park last Friday with a couple hundred black people out there dancing to music, having a good time, all dressed up like a wonderful time?
And not now an event has happened since they've been doing that. You know what I'm saying? And they've been having a good time. Not nothing. You woke up and like, it was a shooting yesterday. It was not. They had a good time.
Arguments out there. That's been going. I remember when they first started that old school thing, they used to do it on Mondays. This back in 06. This is back in 06. So we got 14 years. Actually, that's 19 years. 19 years and ain't nobody acting fool yet. But you want to tell me about somebody on 79th Street and yeah, I could pick out the worst parts of anything in the history of the world. I could pick out the girl that cheated on me. I could pick out the girl that stole out my book bag. I could pick out the girl that I saw stealing at Walgreens. Do that make all women bad? I could show you 5 acting a fool. No. And that's what these people. That's what
they had the taste of. They brought everybody out that knew how to cook and get together, and it was a lovely time for the last couple of years. Even made it to the newspaper, but you didn't post that. You didn't say this taste of Cabrini made it out of there. Like they actually had it in the newspaper, or some people was there because it was an event from Cabrini with Cabrini people doing good stuff. Like it wasn't they over there fighting and they doing that. Y'all did this. You just want to pick out the 10 bad apples that you saw, but you ain't pulling out the 90 that you brought past yesterday. Exactly. I don't know. Ain't you the good apples? The person that was talking, ain't you one of the good apples? Ain't your baby one of the good apples? No? I guess her grandbaby might be the bad apple.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's tripping me out. We keep falling for this. All I want to know is this. If Donald Trump, and like my man said, the Italians were the biggest gangsters on the west side when we were growing up in the village. Man, them people used to sit outside on Taylor and Loomis. Just like on The Sopranos, them Italian dudes, you sit out in front of the stores, tanning and all that, with thumpers on them. Nothing said to him. Nothing said to him. At the Rose Bowl, Laughlin and Taylor with pistols on them. Nothing being said. So don't tell me about what we always do. It's easy. And then, like I said, we watched that. You watched that video on the Hurricane Katrina documentary, and you still believe the media? Oh man,
yes. Remember they was sniping at us. They was doing this. What? People were dying.
People holding.
They didn't have food.
Rich folks.
Yes. Yes. Who knew?
And I ain't gonna lie. When they put that on the news, I was like, come on, man, y'all could do better. I believed it. I ain't gonna lie. I believed it. I was stupid enough to believe it. And then watching this video, I felt horrible. I'm like, damn.
Yes. I did. Yes. They was just trying to get people attention. They needed some clothes. They was going everywhere else, which I wasn't paying attention to these people. Like, boy, I wouldn't know what to do. I'm happy that most of them survived. I wish they would have got more of them. But like people were just literally dying.
Literally dying. And then it's another one on HBO. They literally show people water floating in the water.
Yeah.
And you bringing the same groups of people with the same semi-automatic or automatic rifles that the other military man had to walk through and say, put them down. He had to leave his house. He went there on his own. The president didn't send him. The dude that the president wanted to send, he went to San Diego. He went there on his own. They said, you want us afraid to get court-martialed? He said, they can't court-martial you for doing the right thing.
Right.
The governor saying, shoot people. And that's just like these dudes. These dudes outside their mind. Right.
They're bringing them with the same mentality over here. We're going to have a documentary 10 years saying this.
Hey, like my man said, in the 80s and 90s, it peaked at over 800 killings. And just because these new folks is posting this on social about city blocks being dangerous does not make it more. I'm going to tell him, to confirm what that brother just said, my degree is in criminal justice. I had to write up paper on this. Guess what? The most people ever killed in Chicago is 1972, 972. 944 people got killed in 1992. Since then, killings in Chicago have been systematically going down. They spiked when they knocked down all the city houses, the projects, and y'all got documented gang books here in Chicago. For the people that don't understand what we're talking about, there's an actual gang registry. When you get arrested and you identify as a gang member, they put you in this book. So they took all those people who was in those gang registries and mixed them up. And that's why I peaked back up to about 500 people a couple of years ago. And now it's down to 4. I'm not saying 400 is cool. Oh, it's okay now, 400. No. But let's stop acting like, because you can see it on Facebook, you can see it on TikTok, you can see it on Instagram. It's worse. Because what they do on Pulaski, on West Pulaski, on West Madison, somebody got shot. On Pulaski and 100 North Pulaski, somebody got shot. On 3900 on Madison, somebody got. It's the same shooting, y'all. It's the same corner. It's just 3 different news outlets saying it, and y'all believe it. It's ridiculous.
But social media is so popular, so everybody's recording it. We didn't have that back then. We older than Google, so we didn't have that back then. So nobody, I wouldn't have known what happened on the West Side if you didn't have no family members over there. So now we know so much information, and by being Facebook, everybody posted. So it's like, oh, this happened. But back in our days, we only knew what happened in our bubble. Now you know so much about everything that's happening everywhere because we wasn't in the house watching the news. So it wasn't like we was in the house like, well, this happened on the West Side of Chicago. We was trying to catch the cartoons. So now we in the social media age. I share it, you share it, somebody else share it. Then now it seems like it's so many, but it's all the same one. It's all the same thing. It's all the same kids. And most kids do stuff to get clout just so they can go viral, maybe. I don't know. I'm not saying that it ain't some bad apples out there. What I'm saying is, don't try to act like it's just us that's being bad and that you know some. I hang around 30 girls and they got kids, and I don't know not one of our kids that's out there that's being recording and doing this. I don't know not one. Now, I ain't saying I can't go across the street and find one. What I'm saying is I know it ain't right here in this circle. It ain't this many. I don't know. It ain't 50%. I know that much.
Exactly.
I refuse to believe that.
Like he said, the experts said diverting attention for what's really happening. And what really happened. Why are they supposed to be what they're supposed to be giving the guards rubber bullets? They're not supposed to be here. Exactly. It is illegal for the National Guard to a state without the permission of the governor and the mayor. And the most powerful mayor in the state of Illinois is in Chicago. And the governor is his boss. And they saying don't send nobody. And then they lied on him. And then the dude I'm telling you about, I ain't heard that. I ain't telling you what I read. I ain't telling you what a report said. I literally saw Governor Purchase say, if you want to help get the guns off the street, send more ATF agents. Send more FBI people. The people who's supposed to be fighting these crimes, send more federal agents. You don't send military because they are not trained they are not peace officers per se. The police ain't peace officers either, but at least you got the lie to say, I'm a peace officer. They have been, whether they adhere to their training or not, but they still been trained to de-escalate. These dudes who you calling in here been trained to kill on sight. If you act a fool with me, I'm gonna blow you away. Go home and I'm gonna be standing on the same corner where I shot your son, your daughter, your nephew, your niece, your cousin, your aunt, your sister, your brother, your mama, or your daddy tomorrow. And ain't gonna be nothing done.
Then we're gonna be protesting with a t-shirt.
Yeah, a t-shirt. You know, and then
kid gonna be, he didn't do nothing. You wanted them here. You wanted these people to come here. You agreed to it. No one is saying no, don't bring them. Come on now. I don't believe nothing good's gonna come by them coming. I don't know if they're gonna come or not. I'm hoping they don't. But I don't think anything's good gonna happen with them coming.
And that's why I say, why is that?
At this point,
they trying to read. On my program, I told people a year ago, and I'm not exaggerating, I told people 365 days ago. I said, look, y'all, they trying to take this back to the 50s and not the 1950s, the 1850s. They want to be able to control you. And if you ain't run, I mean, it used to literally be laws and rules on these death camps they call plantations, and said you can dance, you can sing, you can play, you can entertain. And that's what if you entertaining, you a god. If you playing, running, jumping, sweating, throwing, punching, they like you. Otherwise, sit your ass down somewhere and be quiet. They treat the women like they treat women like trash. That's why this is happening, because we gonna bring up the National Guards, because the closer they get to letting everybody know that you touch little kids, the more you bring up police violence. Because that's one thing about your racist buddies. They don't like people who touch children. That's one thing about those. They don't like people. Don't nobody like that. And if you look at a 10-year-old, say, I could be dating you in 10 years. What? You look at your daughter and say, if you were my daughter, I'd be hitting that. What? The biggest pedophile, the biggest known pedophile, the biggest pedophile y'all ever put in front of us, because there's probably some more out there freakier than these two. You said that's your good friend. And then when the heat got turned up on this, that's why you start, oh, look at Chicago. Now all of a sudden, Chicago. Right. Look.
It's a distraction.
Do y'all know Chicago in regards per capita, meaning population, percentage of population versus percentage of violence? Chicago ranks 92nd. It's only 50 damn states. So we only, you 92nd. So you can go through all the states and damn near go through them twice before you get to Chicago. But you want to bring National Guard here because y'all keep saying these buzzwords. It's a distraction. That's why this happened. I sent an email to Mayor Daley during his last term, and essentially he said Chicago needs more feds involved in the street. I agree with you, B. Thanks, Dewan. Thanks, bro. Thanks, man. And we get the hell out of here, man. Like we said at the beginning of the show, Tree. If you get some kids stuff to do, they're gonna do it. They are going to do it. Don't get man. I got an uncle who helped start a gang, one of the biggest gangs in Chicago. So and the man was a borderline genius, but that's what he wanted to do. I got a guest coming on Tuesday who was a high-ranking member of that same gang. But that's what he wants. But people change. When you give people other options, they change. And if
Now,
option,
right now in the gangs, it's more about crews or something like that, and then their crews don't have rules and regulations. Now, I ain't saying gangs is the thing you need to want to be in. I think our kids should have a choice to do whatever they want to do. But back in my day, when you were in a gang, they had rules and regulations. Some of them rules was you had to go to school. Some of them you had to register to vote. Some of them you had to go to marches. Some of them you had to do certain things, and you had security. You couldn't mess with kids, children, babies, and if you did, you had to turn yourself on because we don't want the police on this block. So, baby, you had to figure it out what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't harm these people. You have to be respectful of elders. Like they had rules and regulations. I ain't saying gang, but I'm just saying some of them had rules and regulations, and some of them had your kids more intact than you did. You know what I'm saying? They had them going by this and going by that, and you didn't have no control over, and there was a better child because now my child has structure that I because maybe you was a single parent and you didn't have, you know what I'm saying? But I knew back in the days you couldn't do nothing to women, you couldn't do nothing to children, you definitely couldn't do nothing to elders. If something happened, they would find out who did it and they would harm them and make them turn themselves in. Like, I don't understand that. They had literature. You couldn't do certain things. You couldn't go certain places. You had structure. I remember one gang made these people get registered to vote so they could get certain people in office. They made them route buses and ship them to go to the Million Man March. So my point is, stop acting like it wasn't stuff back in our days that helped them be structured.
Yeah, I do remember Officer Friendly. I do remember the WSO. I remember exactly, man. We had opportunities for people. Look, I got a cousin, and this ain't something to brag on. He was killing it in the drug game. But you know what he also used to kill it at? He used to be outside the school. Let me see your grades and hand out money on report card day. Oh, you got 5 A's, you get $100 an A. It was kids looking for him grade time. Hey, my report card. Now I'm not saying that selling dope is cool, but you know what? It was a couple dozen kids that got good grades because it was a drug dealer in that neighborhood. Because he was paying, hey, you got man. Oh man, it was a B minus. It's not an A. It's not an A. Right. Come back 10 weeks. I said, you paid him for that? He said, yeah, man. He said, I'm out here killing. I might as well help them. I remember Mario. One second. There's one kid named Mario. Mario just said, forget it. I'm gonna sell dope. He went to start. He used to pay Mario not to sell dope. Mario went down the block and said, hey, I need a pack.
That's how they did Tupac.
That's right. Yeah, man.
I remember when it used to be shootings on the block or something like that, they would tell us to get off the block, like, y'all go in the house, y'all don't need to be out here. They don't do that now. Now you got kids or people that do something and sit right next to you. Now the block getting shot up, we out there. People used to look out for the neighborhood. I ain't saying all drug dealers, I'm just saying that they used to make sure. I had a few of them that were older than me, like, y'all get off this block, it's gonna be hot, like, we don't want this out here, y'all go in the house. Like, I don't understand. Y'all don't got, but we didn't grow up with no structure. We didn't grow up. You don't think we instill some of that in our children? Look out for one another.
Exactly. And then, but you know what? Also, like you said, the Orange Man took all the funding from the city and made it easier for the guards to have to come because it's nothing but not his money, ours. Exactly. That's our tax money that's going to be funding for these extra National Guards to be here. Exactly. But you know what, man? I blame us too, though. As adults, I blame the people who was probably born from 1960 to 1980 because when you hear us talk, we didn't start saying stupid stuff like it ain't like it used to be. Damn it, because you big mama them now. If it ain't like it, it's your damn fault.
Yeah, definitely.
It's your damn fault. And I'm not saying, look, I mean, we used to be able to get whoopings. When have you ever talked to some of these kids? You can't talk to nobody at 16 and don't do nothing wrong. You done walk past them at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Now 15, he gonna listen. No. We have to stand up. How many of us, I ask this to anybody who listens. Question to the people who are listening. How many of us know everybody 3 houses this way, 3 houses that way? Ain't no way in hell. Hey, I remember when I first moved on 7th Street, me and Aunt started hanging out. I left the house one day. I could have been no older than 12. I'm on my way to Aunt crib.
Mm-hmm.
I think Aunt is my new friend. I'm like, my mama don't know nothing. I leave the house. I say, I start finna go over to Aunt's house, and then we finna go where we was going. She said, you better not be acting no fool at Rosie's house. I said, how the hell you know Aunt Mama?
Right, thank you.
I ain't never seen you outside this damn apartment, but you know Aunt Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Mama know me. Bud Mama know me. Man, get that. Come on, man. How many of us know each other's our friends, mamas, daddies? Nothing. That's so. Some of this is our fault. Some of it is our fault. But
I
bringing
feel
in
some of that.
people, no.
I still do some of that stuff. I know a couple people on my block, not as many as I used to. My grandma knew everybody on the block, but I do some of that stuff. Like if I enroll my daughter in a program or my son in a program, I find out who the program is with, and 9 out of 10 it's some kids that I know are their parents. So I go around and be like, okay, this is my child, this you'll send my cousin or this from the neighborhood. So that way you know that these your people. You know what I'm saying? So you can have somebody to talk to. When I put my baby in Carter program, I know Carter, I know Hank, I know this and that. This is my baby. Not just sitting there because you ain't gonna know her name, but this is it. When Jalen went to high school, I found Rat. I found everybody in that Lincoln Park and walked my baby around that school so they could get to know his face, because these are the people I grew up with. These are my people or my mentors or whoever they were. They kept me straight. They're going to keep you straight, just like I did my daughter. Too Bad, Ginger. It's a few people in Lincoln Park now. This is mine. This is ours, because we're family now. We all family. Because family look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? I still do it. I just not in my neighborhood as much. But I do know a couple people on my block.
You might not even know the person's face. I mean, know nothing but the person's face. But when y'all lock eyes, you go, oh, 2nd Street, Hudson, Evergreen, Black Hawk, Mohawk.
I do it.
I do. Else. They hit you with the nod that's on. And if people don't believe me, my son came of age, started messing around and chasing little girl, about 14, 15. He in high school. And the little girl, I don't know where he met this little girl. Little girl lived out of Sauk Village. For people that don't know, that's 40 miles away from my house. So I would meet them. We would meet up at 95th Street. The girl pick up my son. Her mom pick up my son. They hang out in Sauk Village. I pick them up and they hang out in the city. One night, it was something happened on the E-way. He called me. He said, they called me. Is it okay that we leave him inside of McDonald's? I said, I'm 5 minutes away. That's cool. I'm on about 87th Street, which is one exit away for the people who don't live in Chicago. My man Ivan from the West Side got DJ up in the yoke. Hey, man, your son is on 95th at the McDonald's. What is he doing? I said, I'm on my way to pick him up. All right, I'm going to stand here.
Exactly.
If we don't get back, and this is, my son be 32 Tuesday, so this 15 years ago. So don't we going to act like, oh, that was back in the 80s. No, that was in this century.
Terrence did my baby like that too. He called himself, I've been off Cedric since 03. So my son go over there. He like 19, 20 now. He go over there. He still kicking it. It ain't the same Cedric, but it's the same Cedric. So he over there chilling with his friends, because it's our block. So some other kids that grew up over there, they don't know him. So they stand at him. They stand at him back. So I guess they plotting. They like, well, we got some new Vicks on the block. I don't know, whatever it is. Terrence Easton walk up to my baby like, hey, how you doing? Woo, out the bell. Try to dap him up. And text me, call me like, your son over here. I just went over there and spoke to him because I want to let them know that this is us. This is my people right here. I said, thank you. So now my son comes home. My son don't know what's going on. He just know. He was like, somebody came up to me and was just speaking to me, talking to me. He don't know what's going on, but that man literally saved you, because now they know this family right there. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know our mentality. Baby, don't mess with this. This belong over here. Y'all probably don't belong over here. He came home. He was like, somebody spoke to me. And I said, yeah, he called me. He called me as soon as he seen you. Soon as he seen you, he called me. It was like, your son over here just hanging out. I was like, yeah, he called himself going on. He was like, yeah, them boys across the street was looking at him. So I went over there and hugged him, dapped him up real quick so they can know, baby, we know him. I said, there you go. So I like stuff like that. I loved it because the situation could have ended differently. We don't know. We don't know what they was planning because they was over there staring too hard. We don't know. We do not know.
Like Thomas said, back then, when you were acting up, a grown person would correct you, and you got beat down then, you got beat down when you got home, and you might get your ass kicked when you see your grandparents. See, we got It ain't even about, shout out to Thomas, man. Thank you and Dewan for engaging. It ain't about being on your kid's head. It's about reestablishing this community. And it ain't the north side community, the village, the south side, the ickies. No. It used to be a time. I remember having on my Westinghouse football jacket. And only thing I did was locked eyes with somebody who I played against. We played Dunbar, and homie from Dunbar, GD, and I'm going to see some girl in this GD neighborhood. They don't know me. You played at West. You played DB, yeah. All he was saying was, "Don't mess with him. He play ball. He ain't on that."
Exactly.
That.
Exactly.
Your son. I'm gonna dap you up, let everybody know. If you mess with him, you gonna mess with me. And
exactly.
And that's how everybody, what are we gonna do about this? Start raising your kids from birth. Introduce your kids to your community. You know, when you're in your home,
yes.
Like me and the guys, me and Aunt and them, we do a day before Father's Day cookout every year. This year, we said, "Hey man, everybody bring their son that shit." All our sons are grown men, but they need to be able to see. I mean, we didn't got so separated. Y'all know Sean Bouquet. A lot of people from the neighborhood know Sean. I ain't found out Sean Bouquet is my daddy's first cousin's son into 2016. I've been hanging out this class since 1980.
That's how I be too.
Second cousins. So that's crazy. The fact that happened, my family gigantic.
Especially on my daddy's side. I done found out so many people related to me on my daddy's side, and I was like, I was this big of a family back then. Who knew what I'd have been into? But I do that every time I take my kids somewhere different and they do actually hang out with me at the time. I make sure I walk them around. I know they get tired of me, but I make sure I walk them around. You see this face? This face belongs to me. Just in case you see it out in the streets. Because they don't hang with me all the time, so they be on the streets on their own. You see this face belongs to me. I went to my friend's wedding. I made sure every man that I thought was a semi-gangbanger, not a gangbanger, or just a man of the streets, somebody that be outside, you see this face, it gets in trouble. You call me and you handle it. I ain't saying you got to help him. What I'm saying is, don't stop. Like, I know him. He know me. That's all I'm saying. Jumping for a bullet in front of him. What I'm saying is, keep them together. That's all.
Exactly.
That's all.
My man Bill Lee, his brother, it was raining. I went, hey man, he saw my face, jumped in the car, took him. It was pouring down. You got to reestablish the foundation. If you don't want things like this to happen, you do them. It's okay to, like Thomas said, he said, rubber bullets. What the heck? I don't want my kid to be shot with no bullets. Paper bullets. I tell you what, if y'all can shut that out there with the military people, some super soakers, then it's cool. Y'all can put some super soakers and not no water hose, the actual super soaker water gun. If you can do that, then okay. Otherwise, no. I don't even want y'all doing that because y'all fool around and put some bleach in it. So, you know, we cannot sit around and wait on people to do things to us. We already know the blueprint. What's the blueprint? If y'all don't know the blueprint, start having cookouts again. And then invite somebody. And then invite more people. Then move it to the park. Then move it to a bigger park. And then invite more people. Guess what? When you start seeing people on a regular basis, the violence is going to go down. I ain't saying that, because I know you, I ain't going to rob you. But you know what? I'm going to think twice about robbing you. I'm going to think twice about hurting you if I know you. Especially if I know you ain't on nothing.
And then I'm going to think twice about it because I figure you know my government name. Like, I can't do this because what? That's all I'm
telling on me. Because if you stick me up, you're going to jail. Now, either you can go to jail or you can meet Jesus. Either one. I think you will want to go to jail. Then when you go to jail, you get a chance to say, I'm sorry. If you rob me and I don't, I'm going to tell your mom I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have robbed me.
You know, rob my son, and I know you and your parents. Oh, I know that was John Smith, such and such, that stay on such and such block. Because like, oh, okay. You still decide to rob them anyway. That's what my kids be like. Everybody. I said we grew up. It was so many different sides of town. So now all of us is like, this is a Peachtree or whatever. So it's like, so many, the whites, the reds, the row houses, Cedric, Orchard. So it's so many people. And it's a lot of us that are doing well as far as like entrepreneurs and stuff like that. So they're in a lot of places that I be at. So I be like, I know this person, My kids be like, so many people. We all grew up the same, you know what I'm saying? Same area. That area was plentiful of people. You didn't need to go nowhere if you didn't want.
Yeah.
You got them all.
I ain't eat McDonald's until senior year when I got the job to pay for prom. That's when I ate McDonald's. Well, I went to Jerry's. Terry's.
Yes, exactly.
Or was Terry Red Hot or the deli on North Avenue. We ain't leave our
exactly.
We ain't have to leave our neighborhood to do nothing but go to the department store and get clothes. That was it.
Right.
We had a theater in our neighborhood. We had a black Chinese restaurant. We had a pizza joint, the rib joint. We didn't have to go nowhere. And like you said, it was 4 or 5 different cities in our neighborhood. The Wild.
You had to go. Yes. You had 50 million corner. You had Certified. You had so many corner stores you go to. We had a funeral home right there, so it wasn't like you had to go nowhere.
So now,
I was walking to funerals at one point. What are we doing? I had to go nowhere. Not unless you just wanted to get out the neighborhood. I had to go nowhere. I didn't need a car. We had to.
Yeah, man, I would go to West Side, kick with my family. I gotta tell people I got about 36 cousins that's my age that were in high school at the same time with me. Join a gang, I'm in one.
Right, thank you.
Right, so yeah, man. These people,
yep.
y'all can fall for this foolishness if y'all want to. But hey,
y'all fall for that's a good. Yeah, but it's not a good thing. Recap, it's not a good thing. It's not going to end well. Nothing good will come of this. And mark my words, none of this. Put that on the screen. Nothing good will come of this.
Right. Yeah, nothing good will. You're right. Nothing good will come of this. Let me do that. Nothing.
This is not a drill. This is not going to end well. I'm sorry, it's not going to end well. It's not helping me. It might build up more anxiety in people. I don't know. Things are going to happen. Things are going to happen.
Thing is, the problem is this. What do you do when the military, who's not held accountable by civilian law, hurt one of your children?
Exactly. And that's what they're trained to do. So you're not able to, not that you're going to sue, but you can't sue. You can't say foul. What do you say? My bad. Oops. They shouldn't have been there. I don't know.
Exactly. Crips and Bloods, they made truces, they made treaties, and other people up and watched it. Yeah, dude, it's just we got everything. We got the blueprint. I got friends out there. Her last name ain't Stewart no more. She out there. Her cousin out there. His twin sister out there. I know BB and D and Sheila and his wife and that. They in LA and Sheila is a rolling 30 Crip. And they have a every Sunday. Every Sunday they out there playing softball with the gangs that they were fighting against. So don't act like what we're doing is just, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. Like, no, it ain't. Stop letting people tell you what's going on in your community and start talking to people and find out what's going on in your community. And that's an excellent way to leave it. Control your own community. Educate yourself on what's going on and stop trying to figure out what's going on. With that being said, I'm B, she Trey. See y'all in 7 days. If y'all, I forgot this. If y'all want us to talk about something, email us at The End of the Bench, THAENDOFDABENCH @gmail.com. If you want us to talk about something, if it's something that you think we need to address, please email us there. We'd be more than glad to do it. With that being said, I'm B, she Trey, and stay to the end. We are out.
I think oftentimes we as people, black people especially, are taught to go above and beyond all the time, and I think a lot of times we do that with our capacity. We do it in relationship. We do a lot to prove that we're loyal, that we trustworthy, and all of that. And we'll pour until we got nothing left, and then we'll try to keep pouring. And that's not just romantic relationship, because I think the habits we build outside of romance are what we take into romantic relationships. So make sure that, like, you're not out here pouring into folks and you ain't got nothing, bruh. Find people, find places, find habits that fill you up, bruh. And make sure you giving from people from your overflow, bruh. Don't be out here giving